Hi, I'm Connor Wood, and this is my watering system. It uses rainwater collected from the roof, puts it in a tub, and then distributes it out to these pots that I have right outside here.
Let's take a look at the reservoir component.
Here we have the reservoir, which has 3 fill sensors, a temperature probe, and a heater. Now, located right underneath this temperature probe is an outlet which brings the water to this hose. And then this hose goes into the building, into a pump, which sucks the water from the tank and distributes it to a hub. Now, in order for you to actually get water out for your plants, you got to make sure that your system isn't panicking, and you are not panicking. Now, I pressed that button because I was panicking, and I have been panicking since 1997. Now, I have stopped panicking miraculously, so I reset the button by twisting it. Now, the system doesn't know that I'm not panicking yet. So I'm going to tell it that everything's fine by pressing the reset button. After that, everything's good, it's happy, it knows it's not panicking. So I'm going to press this green button to get everything started. Now, button 1 is currently off. It will not pump any water no matter how much I press it. Now, button 2 is in manual mode. It will not pump water on its own. It needs to be pressed. Now, pot 3, it's all good. It doesn't need water, but I'm going to give it some water anyway. If I didn't give it water and it needed water, it would pump it on its own. It's in automatic mode. But I'm going to give it water anyway. Now, in automatic mode, it reads the moisture of the soil from these sensors right here. These just stab directly into the soil. And then these cables bring that data back from outside into an extension that I had built, which then feeds into where the brain is. I'd like to introduce you to the human-machine interface screen for the system. On this main screen, you'll find the reservoir, the pump health option, the alarms option, and the areas. The pump health will take you to the pump health screen. The alarms will take you to the alarms screen. And these area buttons will carry you to the area screens. This main screen is good for reading the temperature of the reservoir outside as well as its level. Here you can enable or disable the heater depending on whether or not you want it to keep the water at a certain level or just keep it from freezing. In winter mode, it will shut off all of these areas and turn these solenoids on. The pump will not run, but the solenoids will prevent the pressure in the pipes from busting a pipe. Area 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much all the same. From here, it will tell you the amount of times the solenoid has turned on, and that number can be reset whenever you replace a solenoid. These area screens are where you manage the humidity, as well as what mode the area is in. You can also set the humidity from this screen to any percentage you may require for a plant. At the same time, you can also set the solenoid to manual or auto mode. In manual, the solenoid will not allow water to progress to a plant. In manual mode, the plant will only receive water when you press the corresponding button. In auto mode, the plant can call for its own water. In off, it will not receive any water. This is mostly used in case the plant is not there. Here you can also see the solenoid actuations, which tell you how many times the solenoid has been turned on or off. You can reset these actuations whenever you replace the solenoid. The next screen I'd like to show you is the pump health screen. It's a pretty simple screen. All it shows you is the amount of time the pump is running, or how much time it runs for in seconds. The last important screen is the alarm screen. This is the alarm screen. These are all of the different alarms that can show up as the machine runs. The low and high alarms for pots 1, 2, and 3 are not very important. They're just low-level alarms to let you know if a pot needs or has too much water. The extreme low alarm usually indicates that a pot is not receiving water. This might be a solenoid that is stuck off or a pump that is not running. The extreme high alarm is the opposite. Either most likely a solenoid has been stuck on, resulting in a pot that has too much water. The sensor sorted alarm will say that a sensor has shorted, usually if a line is cut or damaged, or if the sensor itself has malfunctioned. The sensor open is much the same way, but in this case, the alarm is showing that the sensor is not receiving or feeding any current. Most likely a line has been cut or a sensor has been malfunctioning. Now, The PLC that I used is this Click brand available from Automation Direct. This large module here is the main processor. This alone is able to handle 6 outputs and 8 inputs. Alright, now, network side of things. You have your PLC and you have your screen. And you have one Ethernet cord. That's really all this system needs. I mean, it connects, it talks, it all talks together. It doesn't need anything else. It could, in the future, get a network switch, but right now it really doesn't need it.